analysis because yesterday is two rushing. So I would take maybe discuss about the life cycle analysis and environmental, economical, and impact on the certain productions. So yeah, we proceed with the life cycle cost analysis. So if you have the certain technologies already proven is working, so you have the data input, to do the accurate cost analysis as well as the environmental impact analysis, which normally we call the life cycle assessment. So yesterday some of you asking me, so what is the suitable software to analyze the life cycle analysis? One of the very common software that is the CIMA Pro, which enable you to analyze the life cycle analysis, which you can know what is the overall life cycle emissions. CIMA Pro. Then for the process simulations, yesterday I already told you you can use the Aspen HYSYS or Aspen Plus, which is a very good tool to simulate the process simulations. So once you have that, your technologies output of some technologies data, because this one I didn't start from the previous part. Previous part is we conduct experiments to prove that the technology is working. And after that, we continue with the life cycle cost analysis. And for the cost analysis, normally what people do is very simple, which we consider the overall cost. It depends on you in which point you want to start. For the certain lifetime. For example, in this study, we calculate for 20 years, which including all the potential costs, which the major cost is like your capital cost, your operating cost, maintaining cost, and also in this case is the feedstock cost. Then the sales value and also the byproduct, if any. So we calculate based on all the present value with the certain you want to call it the discount rate or also can, or interest rate also can. We consider which what is the future value. You want to calculate the future value at present. I mean we call it the present value. So yep. Then after that, from there, we can calculate what is our payback period. Payback period is relatively simple, which how much you want to recover back, how many years enable you to recover back your total capital, which is your total sales minus the potential costs, including all the tax and whatever. Then after that, what we do more compared to other, we do about the sensitivity analysis. So what is the sensitivity analysis? So because why? When we do any economic analysis, we base on the current scenario. But sometimes many things are frustrations. For example, the crude oil price are changing from time to time. So how if the certain percentage of the changing of the maybe the crude oil price or the raw material price or other operating costs? So what would be the impact of your total product price, for example? Then what would affect how much impact your total payback period? So maybe will you prolong your payback period or shorter? So this sensitivity analysis tend to add some uncertainty for those variables could be changed due to the international market or other potential situation happens. So this variable could be maybe your crude oil price, the feedstock price, or the oil conversion yield. Maybe you found out from time to time you improving your technology. Maybe the yield output might be better or might be less. Maybe you get the maybe relatively not really good raw material or the feedstock. What would happen? So we have one tolerance. So this might be affected your biofuel. Not necessarily the biodiesel can be applicable for any type of the products. I just use the biodiesel as the case studies for you to. So lastly, we also analyze what would be the impact. What type of impact? First, is the energy impact because we want to offset what? Offset the fossil fuel. Offset the fossil fuel. So what would be the economical impact? How many percent or how much the fossil fuel can be saved from the certain implementations of the policy? And this linked to environmental impact. So how much the global warming impact will be took place? So what is the potential carbon saving, or what is the potential of the ecosystem carbon payback period, or we can say the overall life cycle analysis of the on the environmental. Why this? The net zero, that means what? Net zero emission, that means from the very beginning, from the production, from the point that you want to build a plant, or you want to build culture the certain crop lands, you have used a lot of the energy input. If you create emission as well, from that point, we want to calculate the overall life cycle, like what I mentioned. Not only calculate for the certain stage only, either the production stage only, or the consumption stage only, or the end user stage only, or even the cultivation stage only. So we have to consider the overall life cycle. But not need to be worried, because for any life cycle analysis, you yourself can set the boundaries from which point you want to start. Maybe for the certain study, you just want to calculate the overall environmental impacts from your production only. For example, for your production part only, then you can set the boundaries about your production. That's it. Doesn't matter. So if you want to see the overall, if you want to build the plant, you have to consider the overall from the very beginnings to the very end. That one, maybe you need to consider set your boundary. This one, you are free to set the boundary for any stage that you want to consider for the environmental impact. Similarly, we also do some economical impact, which we implement the certain taxation and subsidies. And what would be the biodiesel break-even price when you want to propose the certain policies to your government? So you need to do this whole thing. What is the socio-economical impact? So what would be the, maybe might need some subsidies or the tax extensions, and so on for how many years? Maybe for the first three years, you have the tax extension, and followed by the maybe implement the tax slowly to that industry, for example. So this all you need to consider. So what is the proposed detailed price? Maybe you can suggest to your government during if you want to implement the certain policy. You want to write the certain policy papers. So this is all the things that we need to consider. So this one result about the experiment I would show you. So this is what I showed you yesterday. So this is for the project lifetime of 20 years, which we consider total is 21 years. 1 year for the construction of the plant, the preparations, which we also considered before. Then this 20 years is the production with the capacity, if not mistaken, the plant capacity we set as the 50,000 tons per year. Then operate 24 hours, 24 hours, if not mistaken, yeah. I don't have the data here. Data already shown in detail in the papers. So you can see. Then this one we consider 3 types of the biodiesel production based on the abilities in Malaysia. Of course, these all things are in US order on that time, and based on the Malaysia scenario. So yeah, that is the outcome that you can get. And from here, we can get the total life cycle cost and total production cost. What is the potential production cost? And what is the payback period? Based on the assumption that we make. So the assumption that we make, we put a certain percentage of the percentage of the interest rate, and a certain percentage of the costs and the value. I mean the potential selling price of the biodiesel. So with this, this sensitivity is very important, like what I mentioned. We got during that time the crude oil price is around 1,000 tons $1,000 per ton. How if the price is increased and decreased? So what will be affect the total life cycle cost, or you can convert it. What will be effect of the per liter of the biodiesel that you want to calculate. This one is the total life cycle cost. Then this one is the oil conversion year, because typically during time the industry can produce the conversion year up to 95%. Then in this study we just assume that maybe just 90%. So what would be, we are not taking a very optimal scenario. So if 100%, what is the potential life cycle cost? If higher percentage, higher year, 100%, of course the overall life cycle cost will be lower. So this is how we can analyze this economic impact for three types of the biodiesel. So this one, for example, this is some of the example. During time, our retail diesel price, this is a baseline. If not mistaken, during time is 59 cents USD, 59 cents per liter. So that's why this is and this is a crude primary price. So during that time, our crude primary price is around $1 per kg, because it's 1,000 per ton. So this part, you see the overall, even with some subsidies, the overall production price is much more higher. I still remember during that time, after we calculate, the overall biodiesel price is around 50% higher compared to the diesel price. During that time, I mean this one is 15 years ago. Yep, 15 years ago. But now it's almost same price. Same price, because why? Due to the increase of the crude oil price. Because during that time, the crude oil price is half of the today prices. So yeah, this is what happens. So yeah, then we assume with the subsidies of the 10 cent, 18 cent, because previously our government are giving the subsidies to biodiesel, because we want to push the biodiesel from previously we not implement any biodiesel put to 20%. I mean during that time, then starting from the 5%, 8%, 7%, and to 10%. Right? Currently we are using just 20%. Yep. So after that, we see what is the total offset if the percentage of the fossil fuel will be replaced. Because this one we get the data from our transportation ministry, transportation ministry, to get what is the total vehicles in our country. Then what is the either they are using the gasoline or the diesel fuel, because the biodiesel is to replace the diesel. So we just take the total consumption, transportation consumption of the biodiesel. Then we assume how many percent of the displacement. So what would be the impact? So this one before we start this one, we also do the analysis. What type of the vehicles might be produce more harmful emission. So that's why we suggest them to replace with the biodiesel. This one we use. This one is another study that we use the compacts. This one compacts to study what is the note for the buses, heavy duty vehicle. What type of the transportation will produce more emissions. Yeah, that's the thing. So that's why after that we propose few policies. We propose few type of policy. One of this to replace. Another policy that we propose is to during the time replace with compressed natural gas. You heard before. CNG before. I mean this one is 20 years back, and people tend to use compressed natural gas. They slightly modify their car engines so that they can use the natural gas, because the natural price is much more lower compared to the diesel price. During that time, then many taxi they are trying to convert into the natural gas, because taxi they run a lot. So compressed natural gas would give them a lot of the cost saving, around 50% of the cost saving. Yeah, this one. So that's why. So this one is towards if you want to propose any policy to the government. So this is what the government want to see, how much the CO2 can be saved, so how much diesel can be saved, how much then that needed. You know, this one is very important, so that you can get a sustainable raw material or feedstock. Then this one is like I already showed you yesterday. So if the coke oil price is what price, then you see. If we just assume everything is still the same, if around the coke oil price is around nearly 100, then if the coke price is around 1,000 per ton, so you see almost break even. And this scenario, if there are nothing changed with the production cost, nothing changed with the technology of the conversion here, you see. Because previously we are in this line here, this point. A lot of subsidy needed, this point. So currently we are very close to it. Yep. So that's why this chart is break-even price is very important. So that compared to the certain technology. So with this, I conclude that this is how we can do the cost analysis and also the environmental impacts after we propose the certain technology. Yeah. So that the investor or the government policymaker can know what will the impact of your technology. Yeah. So any questions before I continue with the syngas or the hydrogen gas? Yes.
Sir, you were mentioning that the discount rate has greater impact on the overall crude price, or can you go to?
Oh, discount rate. Oh, yes, correct.
But
discount rate. Yeah.
On the biodiesel production as such, sir, or life cycle cost you are talking?
This one is toward the life cycle cost. Life cycle cost is you can convert to the biodiesel production cost. Yes. It's co-relation. Yeah.
And have you not considered any social impact as such, sir, as one of the criteria?
Yeah. Social impact is like the acceptance of the end user or whatever, right? And also the stakeholder, the potential stakeholder like the car manufacturer or whatever. This one we didn't do any survey analysis. That one you can go through the survey and analysis. Yes. Yeah. You still have a question? Yeah.
Yes,
you finish first. Yeah.
A small question. I don't think if I can ask or not, but you were mentioning that this biodiesel can be used in motorcycles as well. There was a mention of.
No. I didn't mention.
It is there in one of the slides. Sorry.
No, the motorcycle is this one.
Yeah.
No, I didn't mention the motorcycle. This one is I mentioned what type of the transportations have how many emissions. Which one has the highest emission? I didn't say yeah. Then from here we can propose a certain technology that can offset the emissions. Because during that time we propose 5 policies, including the biodiesel, replacing with the biodiesel, and maybe enhancing with the public transport. Then for each policy, we will do the impact. So what is the impact and possibility?
Yes.
Yeah, but this one is purposely focusing on the biodiesel. Yeah. This is to know what is the emission come from each sector, each transportation type. Yeah. Yes. Sensitivity analysis, yeah.
I think it would be good to add one more thing, exchange rate analysis, exchange rate sensitivity.
Yes, because why? Because this one we based on Malaysia scenario, we not involving any raw material, anything that import and export. Yes, we might export the biodiesel whatever, but we are not considered it. Yeah.
If your focus is local market, then you don't need it.
Yes, correct.
But
Yeah. If your targeted client is overseas or other country, yes, you might need to know what is the exchange rate. But currently, we are in this study. We also calculate in the USD because US dollar is the most accepted currency during that time. Yeah, during that time. Yes.
Sir, while you are proposing a policy, so which one you will be giving more weightage, whether to LCA or LCC? Because
Yes.
some of the energy sources.
I understand what your question.
Yeah,
this is
LCC will be less.
This is the very tricky question because you know it you really need to see when the government want to propose or want to promote or any technology, what is their direction, what is their main purpose. For example, now if your government want to have the hydrogen energy, no matter what is the cost, they want to develop the hydrogen energy. Why? Due to the maybe the environmental impact or whatever, that one, maybe you can work toward the environment, but don't forget about the economical impact, and you must make sure it is economical feasible, it can compare to the current technology. But maybe the focus is more on the environmental impact, but how to make to optimize the cost as well, with a certain technology.
In terms of what I see in the fuel and fertilizer market, in terms of policy, if it is import substitute, then it will always find a buyer in terms of the government policy. So
Find a buyer, it means what?
Government will buy into it in terms of capital subsidy or whatever it is.
Yes.
As long as it is import substitute.
Import substitute. Okay. So that's why you need to know what is the initiative of your government or the certain government want to implement a certain policies. That's the thing. Because in many cases, if one country want to implement a certain policy, especially the green energy policy, they want to have their market, the certain market share. So that's why the first, the final crucial thing is what need to make the technology as economical possible. Why? This one can attract the investor. I mean the local investor or even the foreign investor to invest on the certain technology, especially when they want to in the development stage, because the investment for the infrastructure is relatively high. So basically, during the very initial stage, the government will put in a lot of investment. The government itself, they will lead first for any type of policy, but then they will give the tax exemptions to the certain companies or whatever. Then after that, you have to make sure the technology is feasible. I mean, sustainable, feasible and sustainable. How are you going to sustain after the subsidy is removed after the certain year? Because the government give the subsidy, they will say, the subsidy is just a 5 years. Yes, subject to renewal. I mean, I think same in any country. That's the thing.
Is there any tool which integrates both LCC and LCA?
We don't have any tool that integrated to LCC and LCA, but they are integrated. Integrated means what? First, you must know your technology. The technology will provide the data input for both LCC and LCA. So one of the tools that I'm using, I mentioned to you yesterday. I told you is the what? S1 Plus. The S1 Plus, after you do the simulation of your technology, you can know the overall production material that you needed, including how much energy input and how much energy output, and what is the potential emission that we produce. So from there, you can extract the data from there, then you can calculate your cost, do your cost analysis, and as well as the emission analysis. Then just I mentioned the CIMA-Pro. CIMA-Pro, only the tool have a lot of the database. Then you put in your process, then they can estimate what is the potential emissions for the overall process. And that one only can get the emission analysis.
LCC, there is no tool, right?
LCC, there are no any certain tool because it's based on your business model. But because I'm not the business person also, so we just do the Excel, right? Excel based on your cost, cost benefit analysis, cash flow,
Gavi considers like LCC and LCA together as far as I know. I'm not sure.
Gavi is same as the CIMA-Pro. Same as the CIMA-Pro. The main aim is to calculate the emission. But from there, as I mentioned, from there you can extract some data and to convert it into dollar. To convert it to dollar. When dollar means the economical impact. Gavi is same like the CIMA. Not to say same. They are similar too. Gavi and also the CIMA-Pro. Gavi, I think not mistaken is free or very low cost. Free, right?
It was free, now it is paid. So,
Gavi is free or what?
It is paid now.
Oh, paid now. Previously, I think it's free.
Open LCA is there.
Open LCA.
Student version.
Gavi will get student version,
Student version you have.
but not commercially.
Yeah, most of the academic license cannot be used for commercial license, cannot be used for the industry. Yeah, this one you have made bear in mind, yes. Because academic license much more cheaper. I can tell you maybe some of the license is 1/10 of the money, you know. Some of the software, is relatively very low cost. Yes.
Calculation is very easy.
Oh, yes.
By
For the
hand.
LCC is very easy.
Yeah.
For the LCC, but for the LCA, large cycle analysis, might be very complicated because we don't have the emission data, you know. What is the emission data for the certain technology or certain, for example, you want to go through the turbine, go through a compressor, so what is the potential emission? We don't know. Then they have a lot of data bank, so that's why. For the LCA, yes, definitely, no, mostly we do on Excel only. Excel, at least I myself do on Excel only, I mean the LCC. Yeah. Until now, I also do on Excel only. But the LCA, I use different software like I told you the Sigma Pro and also the S1 Plus. S1 Plus. Yeah. Currently, I'm using the S1 Plus. But S1 Plus is not the LCA. I mean, it can certain process only, not the overall. Not the overall. Yeah. Not the overall. Yeah. Because S1 Plus is the process simulation, just the process only during the production during that process only, not for the very beginning until the consumption. Yeah. And then you simulate the consumption. The consumption also go through maybe the gas turbine, whatever, and this one is can put in. Maybe if you want to put in into vehicles, whatever, no, you don't have. So, yeah. So any other